writes in with a question about location releases and permissions. Hi, I'm Gordon Firemark, and this is Asked and Answered, where I answer your entertainment law questions so you can take your career in business and show business to the next level.
Hi, I'm Sarah Werner. I am the host, writer, editor, producer, pretty much everything here at the Right Now Podcast. The Right Now Podcast is a podcast for aspiring writers, and it gives you the time, energy, and courage you need to pursue your passion and to write every day.
And welcome to the Production Advice website. My name is Ian Shepherd. I'm a mastering engineer and producer, and the idea of this site is to help you make your music sound great.
Hey, good morning, guys. Today, I want to talk about the different noises we have in our audio files. There's all kinds. You have your actual background noise. You've got your noise floor. You've got breathing sounds. You've got lip smacks. There's just all kinds of things that can really sneak its way into your audio. And we're going to go up here to the very beginning. I want to show you a few things. I got some markers up here. Remember, I told you with a Reaper, it's real simple. Just put your cursor where you want it, and you hit M on the keyboard, and it just puts your marker right in there. Okay. Now, I was watching a video this morning, and the guy had a pretty slick idea. He actually uses a clicker. So as he's recording, if he makes a mistake, he just simply takes that clicker and pops it, and it spikes his waveform. You can do anything, really. You can snap your fingers, anything, where it's louder, and then you can go back and instantly see them in your waveform. So let's go right here. I've got 3 tracks laid down. And basically what it is, the original is on top. Okay, and this came into the negative 24 lofts. And then the second one is at a negative 16 lofts with a negative 1 dB total peak. And then I've got the one here that I did in Reaper that's mastered down to a negative 18 lofts. So we're going to be talking about a 2 loft difference. But more importantly, what happens is when you record your audio and you've got it that low, people have to literally turn it up. And what you cannot hear at a negative 24, I promise you, is going to become explosive at a negative 16 or a negative 18. Now I'm going to go ahead and throw my headphones on so we can sit here and listen to this together. And here I've got the blue button pushed in. This is my toggle. So when I come in here, it's going to stay within this window. And we're just going to watch these meters. I'm not going to go through and reset them every time, but we'll just watch what they do. Okay? And let's start with the original. Okay, now that's coming into the negative 24, but you have to remember, if people are putting their music up on YouTube, or they're actually streaming it between a negative 10 and a negative 13 lofts. So let's go ahead and listen to it now at a negative 16 lofts. Okay, and now we're going to come down to the negative 18 lofts. Hear that big difference from there to there? And we'll go back. Now, right here, this is my NS1 mono, and this is what I use to actually clean up the file. It takes out a lot of the background noise and a lot of the noise floor. It's just one more tool you can use. It doesn't come with Reaper. But Reaper's got another thing you can use, and it works real well, and we'll get into that here just in a second. So here we're going to talk about lip smacks. And just go ahead now. And we're going to start with the original. And let's go ahead and listen to that.
Church, and I can tell you that God has blessed Tim with wisdom that's well beyond his years. But he's also my Sunday school teacher. Tim teaches the adult Sunday school class at our church, and I can tell you that God has blessed Tim with wisdom that's well beyond his years. But he's also
okay, and now we're going back to the
Tim teaches
16.
the adult Sunday school class at our church, and I can tell you that God has blessed Tim with wisdom that's well beyond his years. But he's also my Sunday school teacher. Tim teaches the adult Sunday school class at our church, and I can tell you that God has blessed Tim with wisdom that's well beyond his years. But he's also
okay, and you can see how pronounced it is now. Once you bring your audio up to the proper level, now let's go ahead and listen to it with the FX engaged here.
He's also my Sunday school teacher. Tim teaches the adult Sunday school class at our church, and I can tell you that God has blessed Tim with wisdom that's well beyond his years. But he's also my Sunday school teacher. Tim teaches the adult Sunday school class at our...
And as you can see, it just totally takes it right out, okay? So let's look at some other things here. Go ahead and stop this. Actually, we want to come over here. Let's come over here. Let's play around with our noise floor a little bit. Now, with your noise floor, guys, it's all conditioning. Everything that I use, I run through what's called a power conditioner. It is a rack mount. It's a little pricey, but I mean, it's, you can pick them up $60, $70. But what it does, it conditions your electricity that comes into your hardware. Okay? Everything has electrical noise associated with it. So, it's just the nature of the beast. So let's go ahead and listen to the first track again, to the negative 24 lofts. Almost sounds like a camera click, doesn't it? Now let's listen to that same one when the volume's adjusted properly. You hear that? And then with some little bit of FX applied. Nothing. In fact, on the meter over here, right now I'm running around a negative 78 on my noise floor. Okay, my background noise, everything combined. Remember, the ACX has a negative 60 dB maximum. Okay, so right now I'm a good 18 dBs past that. So, that's really where you want to be. And especially if you ever want to take these and put them up for, for the audio book. Now, let me go ahead and stop that. We've got one more back here, or a couple. Now, this right here is we're going to talk about breathing noises. We all have them. And the thing about it is you have to decide, some people want surgically cleaned audio. Myself, I don't really care for it. I think it takes away from the human nature, but, we're all different and we all do it different ways. So let's go ahead and listen to this now. See that? Hear that? Now, see, you can still hear it with this FX applied, but that's the thing. If I take it too much further, then I'm going to start degrading the audio in this track. And that's something you always want to be aware of. Even though it takes one part of it out, it may eventually end up taking another part that you really didn't want to mess with. Okay, so let's come back in on that. And now we're just going to listen to a little bit of audio. Come back out. And all I'm doing up here, guys, is I'm just getting in this area, left mouse click and holding it down. And like I said, as long as I have this on, it'll stay right inside there. So let's go ahead and listen. I'm going to let it play twice, and then we'll just go through each track. And, you make up your own mind as far as what you think sounds better. And that's what it's all about. Okay? Everybody's different.
So, as I mentioned, when we took the test, we have that dominant temperament, and it also gave us our secondary temperament. So, of these four, which ones do you normally see grouped together? How would that look?
Well, if you put this in a block form.
Yeah, so
you can really hear the breathing in the background. And like I said, if you want it all taken out, you're going to do a lot of time here. You're going to do a lot of literally cutting things out. So now let's listen to that same section at a -16.
So, as I mentioned, when we took the test, we have that dominant temperament, and it also gave us our secondary temperament. So, of these four, which ones do you normally see grouped together? How would that look?
Well, if you put this in a block form.
Yeah. So.
Okay, and now the one where did a little EQ and I've got my actual slider on there.
Secondary temperament. So, of these four, which ones do you normally see grouped together? How would that look?
Well, if you put this in a block form.
Yeah, so as I mentioned, when we took the test.
So, that's it, guys. I want to go back to the noise floor again. And I'm going to get rid of these meters. And I'm going to show you what Reaper offers. It's real easy to use. Let me just go ahead and bring it out a little bit. We're going to highlight it. Now, this time, I'm going to grab it here. And actually, it's going to work on all three tracks, but it truly doesn't, because I'm picking up this noise level here. So if you're going to use this part with Reaper, you have to make sure that you have your audio to the proper level before you even begin. And I'll show you why here in a second. And we're just going to go ahead and take this out. And we're going to add right here. Okay. Now, you're going to check this box. Everything is on subtract. You can also EQ, gate, compressor. We use it on subtract, and that's what it's going to do. It's going to grab this noise floor. Okay, it's going to grab that profile. So let's go to this one right here. That's the one I want to do. So we've got it checked. We've got our cursor here. It's going to run through here, and you'll see the waveform. You'll see what it does. Okay? Oh, sorry about that, guys. And for some reason, oh, now I know why. I had it on the wrong one. There we go. And that's the thing. You can just take these and drag and drop them. But you do have to bring that particular one out. So let's go ahead and do that. And that's it. That's the form. Okay? So let's go ahead and release this now, and let's watch our audio file as this is here, because we might need to adjust that. And if we do, we're simply going to hit the control key, put our cursor anywhere on it, and we can literally move it up and down. Hear that? And I apologize. You know why? Because I left the button on. There's a good lesson for you right there. Let me come back to where we were. If you leave that button, that's what it does. It picks up the voice. It picks up everything. If you leave that box checked, and I just forgot to uncheck it, so let's do it again. And I want this on. And there it is. Now you uncheck the box. Now we can let it play on through.
Tim, thanks for being on the podcast today.
It's my pleasure, Chuck.
Now you hear how twangy that is? Okay, that's because this filter is actually writing into the audio track. So what you would do is you come down here and you just start adjusting it. See that? Now we're going to play and let it, do its thing till we get a happy medium.
A couple of years ago, you did a series of Sunday school lessons on understanding our personalities and the 4 different traits or temperaments of our personalities. And I remember as one of our homework assignments, of course, we took the personality test.
Okay. So what you do is you actually go through, and you want to do this with a good set of headphones on, guys, so you can really hear it. Because if you don't, like I said, you heard what it sounded like before, so let's go ahead and actually do it intentionally and listen to it.
A couple of years ago, you did a series of Sunday school lessons on understanding our personalities and the 4 different traits or temperaments of our personalities. And I remember as one of our homework assignments, of course, we took the personality test, and that test determined our dominant temperament and our secondary temperament.
And what happens is when you get to a piece of audio that's a little bit lower in your dynamics, this right here will just override it, and that's where you'll hear that twangy, almost like you're having audio fade that comes in if you're using a VoIP system, to do your recording with, as far as interviews and things like that. So just some things to look out for. Like I said, the number 1 key is to get your audio to that proper level before you start mastering it. And it could very well involve coming in and splitting tracks and dropping them down and then analyzing each one. Like I said, when I do it, I'm looking at the waveform. I can go through on a 1-hour podcast, and literally within probably 10 minutes, I can have all my tracks set and start to analyze them. And once I get them analyzed, then I render them all to the same, what my target is. And normally my target's around the -18 lofts. All right. I hope this helped. If you have any questions, shoot me an email, admin@YourPodcastReview.com. All right. God bless. Have a great day. And we are out of here.